are athletes in their own right. Like any athlete, their performance is influenced by a myriad of factors, one of the most crucial being their psychological state. Understanding and optimizing the mental well-being and motivation of these avian competitors can significantly enhance their racing performance. This guide delves into the various strategies and insights that can provide your racing pigeons with the psychological edge needed to achieve victory. Understanding the psychology of racing pigeons. Basic psychological needs. Racing pigeons have basic psychological needs that, when met, contribute to their overall well-being and performance. These needs include 1. Security. Pigeons need to feel safe in their loft. A secure environment minimizes stress and promotes better health. 2. Social interaction. Pigeons are social creatures. Healthy interaction with other pigeons is crucial for their psychological balance. 3. Routine. Consistent routines provide a sense of stability and predictability, reducing anxiety. 4. Mental stimulation. Engaging and stimulating environments prevent boredom and encourage mental sharpness. Psychological stressors. Identifying and mitigating stressors is essential. Common stressors include 1. Predators. Presence of predators like hawks can cause significant stress. 2. Loft environment. Poor loft conditions, such as overcrowding or lack of cleanliness, can lead to anxiety. 3. Competition pressure. The intense nature of racing can be a stress factor, especially for young birds. Creating a positive loft environment. Loft design and maintenance. 1. Safety and security. Ensure the loft is predator-proof. Use sturdy materials and secure entrances. 2. Cleanliness. Regular cleaning prevents disease and promotes a healthy environment. 3. Space. Adequate space prevents overcrowding, reducing stress and promoting comfort. 4. Ventilation. Proper airflow is essential to maintain good health and reduce respiratory issues. Social structure. 1. Stable flock dynamics. Maintain a stable group of pigeons to reduce conflicts and promote a harmonious environment. 2. Pairing and bonding. Encourage strong bonds among pigeons. Pairing young birds with experienced pigeons can provide mentorship and stability. Routine and predictability. 1. Feeding schedule. Consistent feeding times help pigeons anticipate and prepare for meals, reducing anxiety. 2. Training regimen. Regular training routines build confidence and familiarity with the racing process. Training strategies for psychological edge. Gradual exposure to racing conditions. 1. Short distances first. Begin with short training flights to build confidence. 2. Incremental increases. Gradually increase the distance and complexity of training flights. 3. Familiar routes. Start with familiar routes before introducing new ones. Positive reinforcement. 1. Rewards. Use food treats or other rewards to reinforce successful flights. 2. Praise. Verbal praise and gentle handling can boost a pigeon's confidence and bond with the trainer. Simulated races. 1. Mock races. Conduct simulated races to familiarize young birds with the competitive environment. 2. Competitive pairing. Pair young birds with experienced racers to teach them race dynamics. Nutrition and health. Balanced diet. 1. High-quality grains. Provide a mix of grains tailored to the energy needs of racing pigeons. 2. Supplements include vitamins and minerals to support overall health and performance. Health monitoring. 1. Regular checkups. Schedule regular health checks with a veterinarian. 2. Disease prevention. Implement a robust vaccination and deworming program. Hydration. 1. Clean water. Ensure access to clean, fresh water at all times. 2. Electrolytes. Provide electrolyte solutions, especially after long training flights or races. Psychological conditioning techniques. Mental stimulation. 1. Varied training routines. Change training routes and routines to keep pigeons mentally engaged. 2. Interactive toys. Provide toys or objects in the loft to stimulate curiosity and mental activity. Stress management. 1. Calm handling. Handle pigeons gently and calmly to reduce fear and anxiety. 2. Noise reduction. Minimize loud or sudden noises in and around the loft. Visualization techniques. 1. Loft familiarization. Allow pigeons to spend time in the loft before races to reduce anxiety about unfamiliar environments. 2. Route visualization. Use visual cues or landmarks during training to help pigeons navigate and remember routes. Building a strong trainer-pigeon bond. Trust building. 1. Consistency. Be consistent in your interactions and training methods. 2. Patience. Be patient, especially with young birds who are still learning. Positive interaction. 1. Gentle handling. Handle pigeons gently to build trust and reduce fear. 2. Reward systems. Use a reward system to reinforce positive behavior and successful training flights. Communication. 1. Verbal cues. Use consistent verbal cues to communicate with pigeons. 2. Body language. Be aware of your body language and how it may be perceived by pigeons. Case studies, successful psychological strategies. Case study 1, the importance of routine. A prominent pigeon racer noticed significant improvements in his young bird's performance by implementing a strict routine. By feeding, training and handling his pigeons at the same times each day, he provided a predictable environment that reduced anxiety and built confidence. Case study 2, positive reinforcement. Another successful trainer used positive reinforcement techniques extensively. By rewarding young birds with treats and praise after successful training flights, he built a strong bond of trust and motivation. His pigeons showed increased enthusiasm and better performance in races. Case study 3, gradual exposure to stressors. A third case involved a trainer who gradually exposed his young birds to potential stressors, such as simulated races and new training routes. By incrementally increasing the difficulty and complexity, his pigeons adapted better to the pressures of actual races, showing improved resilience and performance. Conclusion. Achieving success in pigeon racing, particularly with young birds, requires a holistic approach that addresses both the physical and psychological needs of the birds. Creating a positive loft environment, employing effective training strategies, ensuring proper nutrition and healthcare, and building a strong bond between the trainer and the pigeons are all critical components. By understanding and catering to the psychological needs of your racing pigeons, you can provide them with the mental edge needed to excel in competitions. This comprehensive approach not only enhances their racing performance, but also ensures their overall well-being, leading to a more rewarding and successful pigeon racing experience. We start about 5 to 10 kilometers away from the loft and release the birds at that point 2 to 3 times. Gradually, we increase the distance of the training tosses to 20, 30, and 40 kilometers, staying at each location 3 times. On the third visit, we single toss each bird to encourage independence and build confidence in their navigation abilities. Single tosses are done after the bird has been to the location at least twice with the group. Our birds need both physical maturity and mental ability to race and home successfully at a young age. Single tossing is the best way to teach these skills. When training at short distances, like 5, 10, or 20 kilometers, we prefer multiple tosses per day rather than one long toss. The birds always have access to feed and water, and the routine remains the same: train, land, trap, peanuts, or dehusked sunflower seeds. For release locations, we choose prominent landmarks visible from great distances. Once we reach the 50 kilometers toss location, all training tosses are done individually to promote independent flying. The direction can be adjusted based on the loft's location. Before each training toss, it's crucial to ensure the birds are well fed, hydrated, and in good condition. Hunger negatively affects their performance and can cause memory loss, fatigue, and weight loss. Homing becomes secondary to survival, resulting in potential loss of birds. If the birds fly from south to northeast, they tend to head towards land first, east, and then fly north. In such cases, we single toss the birds with at least a 10-minute interval to prevent them from waiting for each other and flying home together. Single tossing plays a significant role in developing mental maturity and intelligence in pigeons. It teaches them to think independently and not rely on other birds. It's important to recognize that racing pigeons must navigate and think for themselves, becoming leaders rather than followers. Single tossing helps educate the bird and build its confidence to fly alone. We shouldn't overlook the bird's familiarity with the shipping baskets used by the local club. Successful trainers provide identical baskets for the birds to eat and drink from, replicating the size, color, feed and water location, release location, and opening of the club's crate. This prepares the birds for basket night, giving them an advantage by knowing where to find food and water. In each situation, we aim to prepare our birds in advance for new experiences. Our training and learning techniques encourage independent thinking and navigation, setting our birds apart from others in the race. It's important to understand that we breed and train athletes, whether human or animal. They require athletic ability, proper training and coaching, a nutritious diet, good health and hygiene, sufficient rest, a regular routine, and a stress-free environment to compete and win consistently. In England, we have various races for young and old birds. Classic races hold high value, where each loft enters their best birds to compete against other top lofts. The race distances range from 250 kilometers to over 1,000 kilometers. These races test the bird's intelligence, orientation, navigation abilities, motivation, determination, courage, and heart. They fly individually for long distances, showcasing their leadership skills. Birds that perform well in these races often become excellent breeders and hold great value in breeding lofts. They prove themselves under challenging race conditions after receiving proper education. As parents, we want the best for our children. We provide them with top-quality education by sending them to the best schools, ensuring they have excellent teachers, and providing them with the best learning resources. We invest time and money in their education because we believe it is crucial for their success in life. Similarly, we must give our young birds the best possible training for them to have the greatest chance of succeeding and winning significant prizes. They are like young children eager to learn, and their education begins from the day they are born. To ensure their proper development, we start by providing them with the best nutrition. This includes a regular diet of grains with a protein content of 15 to 17%, supplemented with raw peanuts, safflower, and poultry pellets containing 21 to 28% protein. We also offer fresh grit daily and provide liquid vitamins, minerals, and electrolytes in their water 2 to 3 times a week. From a young age, around 14 days old, we introduce small grains in their nest bowl during each feeding to teach them to eat. We also gently dip their heads into water once or twice a day starting at 21 days old to encourage drinking. We begin this early education to avoid any setbacks in their growth, muscle development, bone structure, or feather quality when we separate them from their parents at 26 to 30 days old. It is important not to limit or ration the feed for young birds in training. They should have unlimited access to quality grain from birth until the end of a race series, just like ensuring our children have enough food to grow big, strong, and healthy. When we wean the young birds, usually at 26 to 30 days of age, we want them to have a continuous supply of feed and water for about 4 to 6 days. This ensures their uninterrupted growth and mental and physical development, keeping them active and alert at all times. When settling the birds in the flying loft, we follow a simple routine. We show them where to enter or trap safely, guiding them through the trap a few times by hand. A few peanuts waiting for them after trapping encourages them to do so quickly. This routine should remain consistent, with the same sequence of loft fly or exercise, landing, trapping, and peanuts. After about 3 to 4 weeks of loft flying, the young birds will become stronger and more curious. They will start exploring beyond the immediate vicinity of the loft, spending time routing and checking their surroundings away from the loft. When they demonstrate this behavior, it indicates they are ready for road training tosses. However, road training should not begin until the birds start routing. Again, we need to educate the birds about the training basket. We gradually introduce them to the basket a few at a time in front of the loft, allowing them to stay inside for about 10 to 15 minutes before opening the basket for them to safely fly back to the loft. We repeat this process 3 to 4 times with a few birds at a time before starting road training. This helps the birds feel secure in the basket and prevents confusion. There are many reasons to buy my Racing Pigeon method. Here are some of the best reasons. You will get excellent results. It's a very simple system to use. It's affordable. I have had over 400 first prize winners. It's adaptable to any situation. You can use it with any racing method, natural, widowhood, young birds. It's a very effective method. There is no need to spend a lot of money on fancy pigeon products. It's a reliable system and it is foolproof to use. Professional athletes, race horses, take the same products. There is science behind this, not just hearsay. It is all to do with red blood cells and oxygen in the blood. Without that, a pigeon will not race well, or an athlete will not win a race. If he has low oxygen in his blood, the above is fact and is 100% science. There are a few things you can do to improve your chances of winning at Racing Pigeons. One of the most important things is to learn as much as you can about the sport. You'll need to know the different types of pigeons, how to train them, and how to race them. Another key factor is practice. You'll need to be able to fly your pigeons competently in order to win races. And, of course, you'll need to have the funds to invest in racing pigeons and other racing equipment. There are many reasons to buy my Racing Pigeon method. Here are some of the best reasons. You will get excellent results. It's a very simple system to use. It's affordable. I have had over 400 first prize winners. It's adaptable to any situation. You can use it with any racing method, natural, widowhood, young birds. It's a very effective method. There is no need to spend a lot of money on fancy pigeon products. It's a reliable system and it is foolproof to use. Professional athletes, race horses, take the same products. There is science behind this, not just hearsay. It is all to do with red blood cells and oxygen in the blood. Without that, a pigeon will not race well, or an athlete will not win a race. If he has low oxygen in his blood, the above is fact and is 100% science. There are a few things you can do to improve your chances of winning at Racing Pigeons. One of the most important things is to learn as much as you can about the sport. You'll need to know the different types of pigeons, how to train them, and how to race them. Another key factor is practice. You'll need to be able to fly your pigeons competently in order to win races. And, of course, you'll need to have the funds to invest in racing pigeons and other racing equipment. Free racing pigeon tips and lots of info. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, look at the links and email below.